Welcome back guys to a new video. Now today's video is going to be all about the brand new dinos that are coming out with the new update for the PC, the Xbox One and the PS4. In this video it's just going to be talking to you guys all about the brand new dinos and explaining everything they do and what really to look forward to when they do drop in the new update. Now if you guys do enjoy this video and you wouldn't mind dropping a like and also subscribing if you're new to the channel, that would be amazing guys. Thank you for all the support you're constantly showing on the channel. But let's just get straight in with this video guys, because I want to be explaining everything to you guys and some of the most amazing dinos that are coming out of this update. There is really, for me, lots that I'm looking forward to. So if you are on the PC and you're wondering about when this update is going to be coming out, that'll be version 254 and it's meant to be released tomorrow, which is January the 30th. That is the ETA for the big PC update. For the PS4 and the Xbox One, the ETA is February the 14th, as you can see, and that is version on the PS4 it is version 504 and on the Xbox One it is version 750. Everything is coming out with them, you know, everything is the same updates, it's just that the Xbox One update and the PS4 update is coming out a little bit later. But apart from all of that, let's just move straight on with the new dinos, and we're going to be starting off straight away with the Ovis Aries. So let's just go in it with it, and as you guys know, the Ovis Aries is a brand new sheep, which is going to be sort of a prehistoric sheep that is going to be added into the game. As you can see, the Ovis is a tameable and rideable dino or an animal. It's not breedable, but we're going to go into a little bit of information about it now. It's also a herbivore, just to let you guys know, and it's saying it's quite a stupid animal being added in. So since arriving on the island, I've encountered dozens of fascinating creatures whose behaviour has never been studied or documented, and also sheep. Granted, the Ovis is quite different from the modern day sheep, and even from wild sheep species such as the other type of Ovis. Some survivors have found herds of Ovis to be useful in farm life. Their thick wool can be repeatedly safely sheared with the proper tools, and cooked lamb chops are a popular dish among some tribes, as and also as is their hyper nutritious mutton. Every now and then, a survivor with a sense of humour will attempt to utilise the Ovis's mount, as it can clamber up and steeper inclines than many other animals, although the joke becomes less amusing when they're run down by a pack of raptors. It's going to be quite a funny mount to be added into the game. The unique markings on its face give it a striking appearance, and the male horns possess a unique shape that is unlike any other species in the Ovis. As one might expect, Ovis stands a little chance against the island's many predators, as with the dodo, but it is, its continual survival, it remains a mystery for many people. So that is the first dino that is going to be coming, or animal, coming to the update, which is going to be the Ovis, which is also to do with the ARK, ARK trying to win that award for the farming in a game. They were going to be bringing this out anyway, no matter if they win or if they don't. The next one dino is one I am really looking forward to. It's a big one being added in, and it's always reminded me of the Sabertooth, how long I've been waiting for it, and its name always remains a mystery to me as well because of how I can never say it. But I'm going to go with the Thylacoleo. With Thylacoleo is what I'm going to be going with. Very tough name to pronounce, but it is a carnivore and it is aggressive. It is both tameable and it is rideable, but it's not breedable, and it is going to be something really interesting, and we're going to be going into that now. Phyloceo is a, well that's what I always, that is the name that I always say, even though that's completely wrong, is a large, powerful dino that can be found hunting around trees. Its long claws and opposable digits make it a very, very good climber, a quality that it uses to its advantage while hunting. It clambers up trees and waits to ambush passing prey by pouncing upon them. When something that large jumps onto target, it becomes stunned and doesn't stand much a chance. It's a very strong mount, and its ability to climb trees makes it useful for lots of different tribes, and that's why they want to tame it. Smaller raiding parties, favour it because it's very good at ambushing, and it can become very unfair to other tribes at fighting. So these are very good at ambushing, and if it catches you off guard, it's pretty much game over in the game. Its most notable fighting quality is its powerful jaws. If I'm just to sum this up for you guys, it will lock you into its jaws like the Capricious, and then as soon as it's locked you in, it will use its claws to attack you. And I think once you're really locked in, especially if you've just started in the game, you've just spawned in, as I said, it's pretty much game over. Really, really interesting dino to have into the game, or animal once again. I would probably say dino, I really don't know. But yes, as I said, it's sort of, I don't know what's going to be better, this or the Sabertooth, but I'm going to be going with this, and I cannot wait to tame this up. The next dino or underwater creature is the Basilosaurus. If some of you guys have seen, I have actually done a video on this. I think it was a very long time ago. I've done multiple videos on it because I'm really looking forward to this being added in. It is going to be one of the biggest creatures in the underwater world. It's bigger than the Mosasaurus from what we know, and it is a piscivore. It is both tameable and rideable. It's not breedable, but it's going to be awesome, and we're going to be going into it now. It's a very passive dino and underwater creature, and I'm going to be explaining everything here. So one of the stranger creatures in the water surrounding the island is the Basilosaurus. It's a powerful swimmer which has adapted to the shallows so remarkably well that it rapidly recovers from injuries when near the water's surface. Controversially, it's vulnerable to deep water pressure, which slowly can cause it harm. So most likely you will be seeing this guy above water. You won't really see him in the depths of the water where you find your Mosasauruses and where you find your Plesiosaur and everything like that. You will be seeing this guy more above, which I reckon would be cool because you never really see lots of big things above water, do you? Like, not above water, but sort of round the tops of the surface. Despite the hassle of engaging with its honorary followers, many tribes still try to attempt to tame the Basilosaurus, as its warm-blooded circulation provides a rider with perfect comfort from both heat and cold. Alternately, the Basilosaurus is hunted, perhaps too vigorously, for its special blubber, which can be refined in a far more efficient form of gasoline. So this is basically, if you do end up hunting for, it's hunting this and you do farm from it, or get its resource, it will give you a very good type of gasoline, much better than any normal gasoline. And it will be, so say if you're someone who's using like your fabricator for a long amount of time, the resource that you can collect from this guy will make it last forever. Really, it's going to last for such a long time. The Basilosaurus is usually closely followed around by other predatory creatures, as its eating habits leave a lot of scraps around for scavengers to consume. It's a gentle creature towards humans and happily takes food directly from them. However, the creatures which trail next to them can be very, very angered if anything happens to it and there's no leftovers for them. So watch out for any dinos that could be, any underwater creatures that could be around the Basilosaurus, because you might be seeing your megalodons, you might be seeing things like that following it around when you see it. So if you're probably gonna have to take out them first before you can actually go in for the Basilosaurus to either tame or either collect resources. I'm definitely gonna tame one first before I end up trying to hunt it for anything better than gasoline. But yeah, definitely one to look forward to. The next one is another one I am really looking forward to, and there's another game, if you guys have heard of it, called The Isle, which I was looking to get into starting to play, which actually already has the Baryonyx in it, and it is a huge new dino being added in, which it's a piscivore. The reason why I'm looking forward to this is this kind of reminds me of a better version of the Spinosaurus. It may not be bigger than the Spinosaurus, but it is both, as you can see, tameable, rideable, but not breedable. We're going to be talking about it now. So like the Carnosaurus, the Baryonyx is the smallest end tier of the large predators. While not as powerful as some deep sea predators or Spinosaurus, which isn't as powerful, but it's an extremely fast swimmer who is still nimble enough to threaten the most of the creatures on the island. So as I said, you know what I mean, it reminds me of a better version of the Spinosaurus. It's not going to be more powerful, but when the Spinosaurus is in the water, it's not as fast, is it? Whereas this guy in the water is going to be very fast on both in the water and on land as well, and it still can threaten so many things on the land as well as in the water. So it's going to be very good for both both ways of how it works. The Baryonyx's natural affinity for aquatic predation means that once tamed, it learns to kill ocean dwellers even more efficiently. Between its speed and its power, the Baryonyx makes an ideal choice for anyone interested in frequently moving between water and land travel with ease, valuing its speed and agility over raw strength. So it may not be as powerful, but it's going to be very quick in water and land, but it still will be quite powerful to attack things with, especially if you so with this guy, I would recommend just ranking up his melee damage. I reckon that would definitely be something that would benefit you. And yet, despite being fast, dangerous dinosaur, the Baryonyx almost exclusively eats eats fish and other water dwellers. It probably would eat feet as well if it comes and attacks you, but it prefers fish. The highly specific metabolism of the Baryonyx seems to allow it to heal wounds almost like incredibly fast after feeding on nutritious fish meat. Perhaps this is why the Baryonyx rarely attacks land animals. So it looks like the Baryonyx is isn't going to really be attacking many dinos on land. It may do it, but mostly go for things in water. So you'll probably see it hanging around by water more than you see it on land. But it will eat anything, basically, apart from berries, which is really useful. But it does prefer fish meat, so if you are taming it up, then get some raw prime fish meat to be able to tame this guy. Really looking forward to have it in the game. Definitely a big dino being added in with the update. The next one we're going into is the Purvlovia. I think I said that right there. It is a carnivore, and this is again, you know, one of the dinos people usually go quiet on, but is very, very. It's going to be an amazing dino added into the game. It's tameable but not rideable and not breedable. But when we go into information about this, you will realize how useful this guy is going to be. The Purvlova perfectly embodies the element of surprise, though it basically is like to be. They're once thought to be herbivores, but he discovered, in fact, it's a patient hunter for the more clever sort. So as you guys, you know, I'll go into a little bit of information of what I know. So it buries itself into the ground, and when when he finds something that he wants to attack, it will spring out of the ground and grab you and take you back. I don't know if it takes you underground as well, but it will just attack you by jumping out of the ground. Really interested to see how good this guy is going to be. They used to think that it was a herbivore, but because the reason why they didn't know that is because if you see it on land, it will most likely not attack you unless it's creeping up on you, which is very, very interesting. Though the Purvlova is ill-suited to the life of a mount, its usefulness in staging an ambush or as a village guardian cannot be understated. With a tamed pack of Purvlovia, one could assemble in a literal minefield of deadly claws and teeth. However, any ambushes using the Purvlovia must be planned well in advance, as it will refuse to hibernate if it senses any threat nearby. So if you've got them set up and then ready to attack, so if you know, it's more like saying that if you know people are coming to attack you, like it's going to be like your very own minefield. That if you get them planned and set up in certain areas, in different ambush areas, and you know that a tribe is coming to attack you, this guy will spring up and attack them, and that will be mostly it. That would either, and depends how powerful they are, they might end up killing your Purvlovia tamed, but it will damage them loads and help you in advance. And if they end up running away, then you can just, as long as you've got more tamed up, then you can use them. So they're going to be useful to tame. After burrowing beneath the jungle floor, the Purvlovia enters a state of hibernation. It can go extended periods without any food, where some unfortunate creature eventually wanders by. A Purvlovia dramatically bursts from the ground, tearing into its prey, and its large canines will just destroy it before any of the victims can attack. Really interesting. Cannot wait to see this in game and test it out. There will be a video on all these dinos when they do get released. The second from last dino that is going to be coming out is the Microraptor. It's basically, as you can see by the name, a small raptor with like wings of an Argy, basically. It is a carnivore, and it is tameable but not rideable and breedable. As you can see, it's called the Microraptor, and it's going to be very small like the Compy. The Microraptor is one of the smallest non-avian dinos on the island, incredibly fast for its size. It's like still a very dangerous carnivore. While not a powerhouse against armed enemies, the Microraptor is particularly suited at bringing down enemy riders. Microraptor's natural tendency to attack weaker creatures means they ignore the mount while they're attacking the rider with leaps of fury. So, as you can see from its wing there, and as you can see by, there's a parasaur in the picture there with a guy on it, they won't actually attack the mount. They will attack you, and they will fly up and attack you and rip you off your mount, basically. So if someone has a big group of these tamed up and you're on a mount, you could be in trouble. These will most likely be like decoys for big fights in battles, because the people will send a bunch of them off to attack, and then you'll be in a lot of trouble and you're gonna have to fight them off. If you have like an assault rifle, then that will be useful. But if you're someone who has like just a standard rifle, and it's going to be hard to shoot them as they are very small. Aggressive towards anything its size or smaller, the Microraptor fancies itself as an apex predator. It will attack humans on sight, especially if it's not alone. When hunting, the Microraptor's speed is not one of its is only one of its assets, while not quite capable of a sustained fight. Its wings allow it to stay in the air for seconds while jumping. This allows the Microraptor to attack its prey's vulnerable areas as well as for small river fish. Looking forward to this. Probably, when I say looking forward to it, probably going to be quite annoying, but apart from that, if you have them tamed up, then they will be very useful. So now, moving on to the final, would probably say creature into the game is the Ammonite. This isn't going to be something anyone's going to be that useful to be taming, because it's not even tameable from what I know. Yeah, not even tameable, not even rideable, but from what I know from this guy, it's the stuff that you collect from it and you resource and harvest from it is what is going to be useful. It is a bottom feeder and stays right at the bottom of the ocean, but we're going to be going into the information about this dino now. So usually found in the deepest parts of the water around the island, the Ammonite has a strange relationship with the other creatures of the deep. It must do something beneficial for them, since every nearby creature defends the Ammonite when it's attacked. What this distinct symbolize is based on, alas, I have not yet discovered. So basically, they don't know why all the creatures are, but protect it, but they are very well protected by all the predators. So if you were to go and attack this guy and there are some big predators under, nearby somewhere, you are most likely to see them come and attack straight to you, all of them, because it probably will leave, some sort of signal your way, which is not going to be great. But like many of the untamable ocean dwellers, the Ammonite still has enough utility to be a valuable hunting target. If a tribe is willing to risk the wrath of nearby would-be protectors, the Ammonite bile can be harvested from its corpse innards. This bile can be worked over the chemicals to make powerful connections and usually antidotes against the most powerful poisons and illnesses. Its shell, meanwhile, is a rich rare materials, presumably due to the creature's unique place among the island's food chain. So really, this guy is going to, be given its bio off, which is going to be very useful in, any illnesses and anything that you do. It's going to be very useful in creating different things that, because its bio is going to, it's going to be useful for many things in game. So this is why you've got to risk to go and find this guy and attack it. But most likely, once you've attacked one and gotten, harvested from it, you will turn around and there'll be many very dangerous underwater predators there. The Ammonite has also made its way into the deeper parts of the underwater caves. Even with these caves, the creature will draw attention if assaulted, making harvesting its resource-rich shell a tricky proposition depending on what other dangers may be lurking nearby. So yeah, definitely nothing interesting in the fact of, taming or riding or anything, but yes, in the fact of being able to resource from it and making it quite a tricky thing to do, it's going to be a great challenge for survivors in-game. But anyway, guys, that has been every dino, all 7 dinos that are coming out with the brand new update. Really looking forward to it. Something that, I'm going to be looking into some of the big ones. And as I said, I will be making a video all on the brand new dinos when this update does drop. But thank you for watching this, guys. I hope you are looking forward to these dinos too. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, if you're wondering about the series that is happening, that will be up tomorrow. There's just been a little delay on that due to editing problems and stuff. But yes, episode 4 will be up to tomorrow. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in a video.